Cheers. Let me clear my throat. Welcome to episode number 17 of the Sports Plus Live podcast. I am Edgar, Mr. A.K.A. Rodriguez. Episode number 17. And for the theme, we're going Ryan Tannehill. The Ryan Tannehill episode of the Sports Plus Live podcast. And because we're going to bring up Ryan Tannehill. Did a lot of good things this weekend. A lot of the playoff football is in full swing. Wild card weekend just happened. This is gonna be a very NFL heavy podcast. And first up, before I start this, there's a lot of other stuff that went on this weekend. But you want to send your prayers out to Australia. I mean, they're in just in dire straits. It's a bad situation going on over there, and just hope in the end that something gets everything gets put under control, animals start getting saved. I just want something good to happen. With all the crazy shit going on in the world. Like I said, I know I joked about it being World War III, but we're really we could be on the brink of World War III. But who knows? I'm out of pocket to talk about it. I'm not here to talk politics. But this weekend gave me kind of like an escape from all the bad shit that happened. The Golden Globes went on this weekend. I watched about half of it, and then I was like, okay, never mind. Because Game of Thrones didn't win shit. Okay? Just show some respect to Jon Snow, Daenerys Targaryen. But yeah, I did watch some of it. I thought it was pretty funny. Ricky Gervais, if you guys didn't watch it, I'm sure everyone's talked about it by now. Ricky Gervais comes out and just starts smoking. He's like, dude, I don't know if that was I don't know if he really didn't want to be there. I don't know. That shit was, I thought that shit was pretty funny. But yeah, I only watched half of that shit, and I was through. I couldn't watch anymore. But I watched all 4 NFL playoff football games that went down this weekend, and they were very, very entertaining. Very, very entertaining. A good escape to mess with my bad shirt. Let me take this off because I'll sit here and I'll just mess with it and make kinds of extra noise that I don't need. Saturday's games were amazing. Great games to watch. Sundays as well. So let's get started. So those of you that did watch, those of you that listened to my last podcast, if you guys watched the playoffs, watch the playoffs, and then you guys listen to my podcast, and you guys know that I went 1 for 3 in my picks. Although I wasn't far off in all of them. All very close game, very scrappy games. A lot of them didn't go the way I thought they were going to go. Except for the Seahawks game went the way it was supposed to go. But we'll get to that last. The first game I want to talk about, and you know Uncle Edgar is going to bring it up. We have to talk about the Bills versus Texans. Now, when I tell you I was pissed in a southern accent. Pissed. I mean, so started out Bills versus the Texans. The Bills came out firing. Looked great. Didn't look like they were going to get beat. Take a 13-0 lead in the half. Josh Allen is playing out of his freaking mind. Guy's just the best player. Singletary is playing out of his mind. I think in that first half, everyone made a big deal about J.J. Watt coming back. I said, whatever, J.J. Watt's not going to be a big difference. I still didn't think he was a big difference. Maybe like 1 or 2 spots here. Other than that, I mean, the guy, he had, about 4 good motivational speeches and then 1 sack. I don't even know what it was. I wasn't that impressed by J.J. Watt. Whatever, bro. Cool. I got you. Whatever. You're playing up against rookie offensive line. I don't care. But we'll talk about the offensive line of the Buffalo Bills offensive line, especially one person in general. But Josh Allen, they do the the reverse and the touchdown to Josh Allen in the first half. Pretty cool. And I hate that they call it the Philly special. Oh, it's the Billy special. Oh, it's the Baltimore. Just stop. It's not. They didn't invent the fucking play. They just did it in a Super Bowl. They won't be the first. I don't know if they were the first. They won't be the last. So let's stop calling it the Philly special. All right. I think that's fucking stupid because Philly. You watch them. There's nothing special about Philly this weekend. There's nothing special about Philly since then. So let's not, we'll talk about that in a second. There's nothing special about Philly. Stop calling it the Philly special. Anyways, they bust out the Philly special. Just kidding. Shut up. They busted out, play the reverse, the touchdown to Josh Allen. And they're on fire, man. Josh Allen's running like a madman. The guy's using his feet. Josh Allen's been doing what Josh Allen's been doing all year. That defense has played very, very well. I mean, they're sacking Deshaun Watson. They're hitting Deshaun Watson. They're flying. I think Hopkins didn't catch one pass in that first one. So that defense is playing very stout. You guys know I like that word. Stout, very well. So 13-0. But the thing that killed them, I think, in that first half is also they were in the red zone, didn't score touchdowns. They settled for field goals. That is going to eventually come back and bite them in the ass. 13-0 at halftime. Come out at halftime. Bills kick off to Houston. Houston, I don't remember who it was. The Houston returner in the end zone. Grabs the ball. Big dummy. Grabs the ball. Okay. Takes 2 steps forward and then tosses it at the ref. Right at the ref's feet. Ref's like, what do you want me to do with this? It's not my ball. Do something with it. At that point, the Bills, who are smart cookies at this point, pick the ball up, score a touchdown. That's a touchdown. I don't know where this all lazy shit came from where you catch the ball and you don't want to kneel the ball anymore. That's called giving yourself up. That's called ending the play. That's giving you kneel in the end zone. When the fuck did that change that you don't have to kneel in the end zone? You just, here you go. I don't want to kneel. I don't want to look like that. I'm not that dude. I don't want to kneel. When did that shit change? That's giving yourself up. And then what you do, you grab the ball, then you take a few steps forward. That's a football move. That is a football move. Just like what happened to Ohio State against Clemson. You take a couple steps. That's a football move. You fumble the ball. That's a touchdown. But now, I'm listening to Booger McFarland at this point, and I can see why people aren't very fond of Booger, and I'm just like, this guy's like, oh, he gave himself up. No, he did not give himself up. He quit playing. There's a difference between giving yourself up, which is kneeling, sliding head first, feet first. That's giving yourself up. Going out of bounds. That's giving yourself up. Not taking a few steps forward, then throwing the ball to the referee. That's not giving yourself up. That's making a football move, a football play. The fact that the referees and everyone involved got that wrong, it just angered me. I was just boiling inside. I couldn't cuss. My niece was with me. She was questioning everything I said. I was like, God damn it, why'd he do that? And she'd be like, what'd he do? What happened? What's going on? So I couldn't let it out, but it was burning inside. And it pissed me off. I couldn't believe that. These referees, they need to be accountable. This whole replay technology is kind of just, I don't know if it's making the game work. I don't know what it is. I think it's like 50-50 now at this point. Especially in soccer, the Premier League. They're using VAR, video assistant referee. If something happens, they go like this, they point to their hairpiece, they go, oh, they're talking to me. I think I should check something out. I'm going to go check it out. And then they go check it out. We're going to get to more of like this type of shit, VAR, video assistant replay, as far as football instant replay goes a little bit later. But I just don't get it. I don't get why we haven't had this shit in place if you're not going to get shit right. The rules are I looked him up. Pretty sure I looked him up. If you catch a ball, you make a football move, you take 2 steps forward, that's a catch. You release the ball, that's a fumble. That's a fumble. It should have been a touchdown for the Bills. That's probably a wrap. I don't think there's no way that Houston team, as many mistakes as they made, poorly coached they were, come back. But the play was reversed. They're still up 13-0. And that's when they decided to turn it on. That's when they decided to turn it on. And it goes back to me talking about what if. What if that was the one? Like, what if that was the momentum that carried the Bills over to that finish line? What if? But no, the referees got it wrong. The referees, for some reason, I just don't get I just don't get the rules anymore. I just don't get it. Like, how? Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Like Taylor told, remember I was talking about that? What are we doing? All right, guys, so we had technical difficulties when I was about to start raging. But anyways, moving on. Yeah, I just think the ref, I don't get it. I just don't, I think they, I should know what we're doing here with all this stuff. But anyways, just with all the little rules and all this shit and the technology, I think they need to be held accountable. I think they do. They had to be held accountable for their mistakes. That was a big mistake. That's very obvious. I don't care. You got to go by the rules. You can't choose when you want to go by the rules. You can't choose that shit anymore. You just can't choose. He didn't give himself up. Giving yourself up by the rules: sliding, head first, feet first, kneeling. It's giving you up. But anyways, it just definitely changed the game. Houston somehow decided to play a football game. And then all of a sudden, Josh Allen and the Bills decided that they didn't want to play very well anymore. Tale of two halves. And that, it sucks for them. But also going down the stretch, you also see the referees getting involved again. Let me go ahead. I guess Deshaun Watson played good at times. I'm not going to call him God. He still didn't impress. Nothing about him, what he did impress me, to be honest with you. You talk about that last touchdown that he scored to win the game. That one, I was just sheer luck. The blitz came in from one end. The DN got in from the other. The blitzer creamed him, but then creamed him right into the other guy. And that's what kept him on his feet. It wasn't like he escaped. He got lucky. He got so lucky right there. And that shit pisses me off. But also, there was a play where Josh Allen was coming out, being chased by defenders. And Cody Ford from Oklahoma, by the way, that's what we're going to talk about. Cody Ford from Oklahoma sees him being chased, turns around, blocks the other guy. But apparently it's a blindsided block. Even though the guy already saw it coming. Didn't cream him. Didn't lower his shoulders, helmet. Went like this right in front of him. And then, if you can't see me, he had his hands up. And then, kind of almost like a check. I don't know what it was. But then, it was facing him. He wasn't blindsided. He saw it coming. But he's still blocking that gentleman from getting at his quarterback. And that was a blindside block. Tech 15 yards. They can't go down, score a field goal, get him out of field goal range. It was just a clusterfuck. And it triggered me. It triggered me. It's like that little girl, 16-year-old, what's her name, Emma, who's she has a grill on her face because of climate change and shit. I was triggered. I don't know how else to explain it. I was triggered. I was pissed, man. These referees I swear to God, 2020, I told you I'm cleaning my shit up. These referees gonna kill me. I swear to God, they're gonna be the ones the reason why I'm dead. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be the reasons. I can't tell you what. Fuck, did I just fuck this up again? God damn it. No, I didn't. We're back. I thought I fucked up my shit again. they're definitely going to be the reason why I'm dead. This year, 2020, Edgar Rodriguez, 1983, 2020. I'm dead because of the referees. They tried me and they beat me. But, I mean, until they're held accountable for these mistakes, I don't think anything is going to change. I think we pat them on the back too much. In England, you have a shit game, you get suspended. No pay. You don't go, you get suspended a game or two on how shitty you did, you get suspended. English Premier League, you get crap. FIFA over there, I think English, I don't know if it's just anywhere else, but English Premier League, you have a shit game, you get demoted to the second league, to the league under, like the minor leagues. It's not really minor leagues, it's all pro, but you get demoted. Why doesn't this shit happen? You get demoted to college. Fuck out of here. Go coach. Go ref fucking Grambling State against Alabama A&T. Get out of here. I just think they need to be held accountable. They're just not held accountable. And that's whatever. Anyways, we're going to move on because re-triggered. The Patriots lost to the Titans. It was crazy. I sat there and watched it, and I just didn't feel like the Patriots. But it also didn't feel like the Titans. Ryan Tannehill got like a second life. It's unbelievable. Like, he's a new quarterback. He's like what the Dolphins always wanted. I was like, hey, I don't know. I don't know who's that guy. My niece was like, hey, who's that guy? I was like, I don't know. I've never seen that guy before. The guy's unbelievable. Coupled with Derrick Henry, who's a man. That guy's a man. I've never seen any other man other than anybody. Derrick Henry's a man. He had over 200 all-purpose yards against that defense. I think he had a touchdown as well. That defense has been very, very good. I'm not going to say stout. They've been very good all year. They're the reason why they finished 12-3, or like 13-3, whatever it was, 12-4. I don't matter, but they're the reasons why they won a bunch of games. Is that defense, and it showed again. They played very well in that. They're the reason why the game wasn't worse than what it was. And I sat there and watched the offense. They had a majority of it was a Patriots Bill Belichick team. It was short plays, short throws, run it off, running back throws, hit Julian Edelman every now and then. They hit Ben Watson, but you could definitely tell they missed Gronkowski. You could definitely tell that. It's very obvious. They don't have that big target anymore. That athleticism. Ben Watson did okay, but it's still no Gronkowski. And there was too many mistakes. Too many drop balls. I think Tom Brady showed he could still throw, sling the ball. There was a throw where they had to be behind him, and he just a bullet through all these defenders, little window to Julian Edelman. And you definitely can still sling the rock, sling the pill if you'd like. He can still sling it. Definitely his feet haven't been there in years, but he's still Tom Brady. He's still one of the smartest one of the best quarterbacks ever. And there's too many mistakes. Too many, the offensive line just wasn't good as well. The offensive line didn't help things either. Many mistakes all around. And they let Tom Brady get sacked, get hit. That's how you beat Tom Brady. You hit him. That's how you just got to hit him. Even if it's just not a sack, you got to hit him. Pégalo. Sock him up. Jump him. Do all that. Stock to slap him. Whatever you got to do. That's how you beat Tom Brady. And that's what you saw. And it was like, I was like, what am I watching? I can't believe this is the playoffs. Like, what are they doing? And you can even go as far as saying they even got out-coached. I think they got out-coached. The pupil comes into Foxborough and out coaches Bill Belichick. I think you could even say that a lot of the time. You could tell Vrabel was ready for anything Tom Brady brought. I think there was that one play. Yeah, the one play where Tom Brady's yelling at Julian Edelman, Julian, get in your slot. And he was like, oh shit. Gets in the slot, then it's just a jet sweep into the touchdown. No one expected it. But yeah, I still, even with that little play, cute little play, they got outplayed. I mean, there's like no other way to explain it. Outplayed, outcoached, outmanned by Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry was the best player on that squad. Derrick Henry was the best player in Foxborough. It's just a man. I'm a manly man. Wait, that's not how it goes. Old Steven Regal, the whole manly, whatever. That's a wrestling reference. You guys are going to have to keep up. But yeah, I mean, it was crazy. And they ended up losing. Tom Brady threw a pick six very late in the game. That punt, dude, put him on the one at the end of the game. I was it was just beautiful. Everything about what the Titans did was beautiful. And it's just a breath of fresh air. That's what I wanted, was a breath of fresh air. I picked the Patriots to win, but I still want a breath of fresh air, and that's what we're getting. Now where the AFC is set, Houston to the Chiefs, and then did I get that right? Yeah, Titans to Baltimore. So our AFC side is set. Playoffs are set. I mean, those are still set. That was day one. What a day. 2 games, just crazy. Heart attacks, sugar rate being raised. Great game. Breath of fresh air. Referees still suck. What are you going to do? But let's move on to Sunday. And those games were fun too. Although, yeah, the Saints and Vikings game was very entertaining. I like that. I feel bad for the Saints. They ended up taking the L. I don't even remember the score, but ended up losing in overtime. What was it like? No, it was like 26-0, I think is what it was. 26-20, sorry. 26-20 overtime, I believe. Rudolph catching that. It's kind of like, it's like a tail. It was like, I don't know what it was. But Rudolph catching that ball at the end of the corner. Was it pass interference? Did he push off? Not enough for me. I mean, I just sat there and I was like, dude, you couldn't push a guy. Like, I didn't get it. It didn't look like a push to me. Took me a couple times to be like, oh, but even then, you don't call that in that situation. Sucks. But I think what it was, a lot of it was, Drew Brees had a bad game. Taysom Hill was a better quarterback than Drew Brees that day. He threw for the touchdown. He caught for a touchdown. He received for, he caught a receiving touchdown, and then threw for one as well, which is pretty crazy. And but he's like the reason why they were even in that game. He played very well. I want a Taysom Hill on my team. Who is a Taysom Hill? I think the closest to Taysom Hill you have is like what? McCaffrey? Christian McCaffrey? The guy can do everything. I think that's the closest thing you have to Taysom Hill. I feel bad because I think Drew Brees threw 2 picks, and then fumbled that one late. It was bad. And like they were still in that game. I didn't think the Vikings were that great. They weren't that good at all. I didn't think they were. I watched that game, and there was nothing about that team that impressed me. They went to Stephon Diggs as much as possible. Stephon Diggs was fucking crying in the first half. Oh, let me throw my helmet. Adam Thielen wasn't catching shit. He dropped the ball. I think he even fumbled. I think Rudolph fumbled. That wasn't a good team. It was the same thing as the Texans. They got by. They got lucky. They got by. It's just a lot of mistakes from Drew Brees, from the Saints. What are you gonna do? That's life. And they were still in the game. Took it to overtime, went down the field, scored the game time field goal in the fourth quarter. And yeah, but we just couldn't get it done. You know what? It just is what it is. Dust yourself off, pick yourself up again. How's that song go? I ain't gonna sing. That's life. A little bit of controversy at the end. Whatever. But moving on to the Seahawks game, I was in that game too. I wasn't impressed. I was impressed by DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf, the rook, doesn't look like a rook, looks like a man. I think he's almost as big as Derrick Henry. I'm not 100% sure. You threw anything. Russell Wilson was throwing everything. DK Metcalf was out there trying to catch. And I was a little surprised. I mean, I feel bad as well for Carson Wentz. Because it goes back to me being VAR. We could bring up VAR. That's why I'm bringing up VAR. The fact that there's so many cameras, the fact that there's so many people watching one play, and the helmet-to-helmet isn't called. The one that knocked Carson Wentz out, it was Jadeveon Clowney, Ralph Wiggum, the Ralph Wiggum meme. Look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about. Just head first, right in the back of Carson Wentz, slamming him right in the ground, just concussing him, take him out of the game. And then I don't get it. Like, we have all this fucking technology. Go back and call that shit. He gave himself up. He was sliding. He was already going down. Nothing, like, I don't get that shit. Like, that's, in college, that's an ejection. Is that going to be a fine? I don't know what, I don't get this shit. 2020. Oh, I'm going to die. They're going to kill me. All right, hold on. Everyone chill. Let me relax here. By the way, you guys know Jadeveon Clowney plays for the Seahawks. If you guys didn't see that video on my Facebook, Instagram, I fucked up that Jadeveon Clowney had a good year for the Texans. So whatever, it's life. Mistakes. 2020, we're cleaning it up. Yeah, it was just I kind of missed that, but I saw the replays and I was like, dude, I couldn't believe it. But whatever. They didn't call it. In comes McCown. I don't remember, but the poor guy was running around like a chicken with his head cut off. I mean, he literally was running around. Yeah, but then also, one thing that pissed me off, everyone went to Twitter, and I saw all these people. Mainly, I saw Brandon Stokely, on Twitter saying, don't quote me. I remember seeing him saying something. Why is it Carson Wentz still on the team? You sold Nick Foles. He's available. Nick Wentz isn't always available. He was available until he caught a fucking torpedo to the dome. A fucking Jadeveon Clowney torpedo to the dome. Like, dude, just go sit the fuck down somewhere, dude. Just stick to talking. Get those fucking Twitter hands off of there. Like, you've never got fucking punked before. Like, a lot of these dudes, it's just tough after the fact, you know? Now I gotta fuck Twitter fingers. I'm gonna say what I want, dude. And I don't listen to him anymore. I used to when I didn't have a cool radio. But yeah, that was just stupid, and I didn't, whatever. Like, just, you know the game. You know what just happened. You saw the fucking replay. You saw why he was hurt. Don't do that shit. Anyways. But yeah, how Seahawks Seahawks weren't that impressive either. So, but they got it done. DK Metcalf, he was catching everything. He was running over everyone, had that touchdown. Dude, he was playing very well. And now that side is set. So now the playoffs are set on the NFC side. So now you have, who is it? It would be Seahawks going to Lambeau. So the Packers. Let me check, man. I don't want no more of this. Oh, fucking Edgar. I don't want anyone checking me anymore. I'll check my own mistakes. Thank you. Let me see here, players. So now you got, the fuck is this? Oh, wild card. We want. But yeah, anyways, divisional. Is that divisional round? Yes. Here we go. Divisional round. Fuck off. Anyways, yeah, it's Niners probably against Seahawks. I don't even know. It's gonna bother me. Hold on, everyone. There it is. Everyone, shut the fuck. It's Minnesota at San Francisco, and then Seahawks at Lambeau. Both very good games. I still got Seahawks. I'm gonna make my picks next time. I'm not gonna make them this time. Too early to tell. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of time. Hopefully, I'll be able to pump out a podcast on Friday. If not, you'll probably see it Saturday early morning. We'll see. But you're gonna get one at the end sometime this week. But yeah, that was the playoffs. I thought they were very entertaining, except for like the last one, Seahawks versus Eagles. These refs, man, they're gonna fucking kill me. But anyways, more football. There's one thing I do want to talk about, and that's Tom Brady, because they kept saying Tom Brady probably played his last game as a Patriot. Now, what that means, I don't know if that means he's retiring. I don't know if that means he's going to another team. Maybe he's going to XFL, like I mentioned last time on the Sports Post Live podcast. Who knows? He should go to the XFL. Change it up. Take less money. How competitive are you really, bro? Let's do it. Tom Brady, WWE, XFL, let's get it popping. But if not, he stays in the NFL, doesn't go to Patriots. Where does he go? My prediction, if he goes anywhere, it's going to be California, somewhere warm. Why the fuck would you stay in New England? You know? I don't get it. I would. If he's from California. He's a California boy. Palo Alto. I don't know where he's from. I'm just making shit up. Why not? Why not just go back? I think Chargers wouldn't be a bad fit. And I'm sure they'd make the necessary moves around you to make that worth your while. They're offloading Phillip Rivers here pretty soon. So no Phillip Rivers. They're going to need a quarterback. Who's the backup right now? Is it Cardale Jones? No, I don't know who's the backup there. Who is the backup? It doesn't matter. Like, why not? They're in LA. LA, they need fans. I'm sure they'll figure a way to get you there. I think so he's a free agent, so it's not going to be like a trade, but they'll figure a way to sweeten the deal to get you good. I'm sure they will. There's also big rumors saying he'll go to Denver. I don't know. I don't know if John Elway has that in him to now I think you have your quarterback and Drew Lock, and then have this whole situation again where you have another great quarterback coming in and taking over, and now you have your number one first rounder, second rounder sitting behind him for 3 years, learning, doesn't learn shit, ends up becoming a bust. Like Osweiler. I think Osweiler was sitting behind. Osweiler got paid, so whatever. I'm sure he doesn't care. Retired, got the money, dipped. He got the mask and the fucking gun. He was like, give me all your money. And who knows? Oakland has been mentioned as well. Las Vegas, new stadium, warmer weather. All eyes on me. That would be shitty for once, because I don't want to see Tom Brady 2 times a year as a Denver Bronco fan. But probably cool at the same time, because it's kind of like, why not? Sin City, Tom Brady, new stadium. We have all this money. We could get him. We could figure something out, just like the Broncos did with Peyton Manning. Or will he ultimately stay in New England? That's his home. He became a legend there. Does he want to go do something different before he retires? 42, 43, I don't know how old he is. Who knows? He's still slinging the rock. I seen it. He slinging the pill, the rock. I can't talk about slinging pills. He was firing the pigskin, damn it. I don't know what. Only he knows. Only he and his family knows. I think he'll go California, LA-ish. Maybe he'll go take over Garoppolo's spot again. Who knows? But I don't know when we'll find out. Who knows? I mean, you just ask a boxer who just got knocked out what's the next move is. Yeah, you don't. Nothing's very clear, so we'll see. Only time will tell. But a lot of things going on, still going on in the NFL, and that's with coaching. So much coaching moves being made in the last week. And speaking of coaching, what Bill Belichick say? Like, what's he going to do? I don't know what his contract looks like. But now you're losing Tom Brady. I think Julie Edelman will still probably stay around. You lost the Gronk last year. What's going to happen? I mean, I think Bill Belichick stays in New England. This will prove how good he really is as a coach without Tom Brady. Let's say Tom Brady leaves. Hypothetically, Tom Brady leaves. Bill Belichick will prove if he could win without Tom Brady that he's a full season, that he's probably he's the best coach ever. Better than Vince Lombardi, Tom Landry. Better than anybody. If he can win without Tom Brady, then I'll give him that. But who knows? But there's a bunch of coaching changes going on. There's so much shit going on. I mean, right off the bat, you had Ron Rivera to the Redskins. I thought he jumped the ball, jumped the gun. I would have waited for something different. That's like I don't know what that is. I don't know what that job is. Redskins, DC, like I don't know, like they have money. They're still very profitable, one of the most profitable teams. They're still making a lot of money. One of the most profitable teams in the world. Manchester United, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Dallas Cowboys, Redskins. I mean, they're still making money. Even with all the controversy surrounding their name, the owner, they fired the presidents. That made a big deal. That made a big difference. So there's a lot of changes going on, and I think that's what made Ron Rivera appealing to this. That's why I think it's made him. It seemed the job felt pretty good, a good fit for him, is what I was trying to say. My words couldn't come out, but that's what he wanted to do. But the whole division is still looking a little bit different too, because now no Jason Garrett in Dallas. In comes Mike McCarthy. Now everyone's like, "Oh, it's a shit move. Oh, it's a shit move." Like I think it'll be better than what people think. Guy has a Super Bowl, for Christ's sakes. Yeah, he had Aaron Rodgers, blah blah blah, whatever. Aaron Rodgers, blah blah blah. But still, has a lot to do with coaching. Aaron Rodgers can't do this shit by himself. I mean, there's a lot of luck behind what Aaron Rodgers does, a la all his fucking Hail Marys. I still think Mike McCarthy's got some. I think that's still a good move for him, because you're gonna have Dak Prescott, you're gonna have Ezekiel Elliott back for a full season. Have him back. I think you had him full season last year, but he wasn't. Like, it's gonna be training camp, all that stuff. You have a good offensive line. I mean, I think you can still build something off this team, and a lot of it has to do with like locker room control. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Garrett was ever that dude. When he first came to Dallas, I was like, what the fuck is Jason Garrett doing? Backup quarterback? The hand clap. He was always a hand clapper, by the way, if you guys didn't know that. Just, oh yeah, I'm backup. Here you go. Troy Aikman. Thank you, Troy. Here's your bag, Troy. There was nothing about Garrett that was like appeasing. Nothing appealing. Nothing just amazing about it. It just wasn't. I don't even know what the record was. I mean, this whole last year was just a cluster. Should have been done beginning of the year. Should have been done in the middle of the year. Make a statement. But they were still up in the playoffs until the last game of the season. So, yeah, whatever. But we talked about that already. Blah blah blah. It's a new day. It's a new day. Yes, it is. A new day. Yes, it is. Because in come Mike McCarthy, and I think that's a good move. And I like it. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I mean, they were like, where else could he be gone? Where could he be gone? Carolina? I don't think that's a good fit for him. Carolina? He doesn't have the right I think he made the good decision. Speaking of Carolina, they hired their guy from college, from Baylor, Matt Rule. Um, I think a lot of people are going this way. They're going younger. By the way, he doesn't. He looks young. I want to pull up, see how old he actually is. Handsome devil, Texas boy. 44. That's young to me. 44 years old. But that's just the way it is. And then you have. I mean, he's used to. I mean, he's still a great. That's still a solid team. Christian McCaffrey. I think Cam Newton been in the Super Bowl, been in the playoffs, won in the playoffs. I think you could do a lot with that team. I think it's a good fit because you're not jumping head first. All eyes are going to be on you as if it would be a Cowboys or Redskins or the Giants. Like, not all eyes are going to be on you. There's not going to be all this pressure for you to win right away. There's not going to be all this pressure for you to turn a franchise around like that. There's not going to be a big pressure for you. And I think that's a great fit for Matt Rule. And they're paying your boy $60 million. 9 years, $60 million? Paid. So, yeah, they're paying him. Yeah, congratulations, Matt Rule. You got the job. You got 6 years, I believe, 5 or 6 years. I can't remember what it was. Getting paid. Play it. Straight cash, homie. But that leaves one position that still hasn't been filled. There could be more. You never know. There's still a lot of playoff teams in here. Who knows what's going to happen? But the one that still needs to be filled is that Cleveland position. Freddie Kitchens got fired. What is that going to do for the team? Who is going to get hired? Will Odell Beckham stay? I mean, you have Baker Mayfield. Looked a little disgruntled all year. You still have Landry, Juice Landry, bless him. You have Njoku coming back. I think Njoku was a big piece of that team. He was missing. He was very athletic, good tight end, caught the ball, knew how to block. That was a big reason why I think that was one of the big reasons, but they weren't in a lot of games. I mean, they had some big wins. I mean, they beat the Ravens. They were one of the few teams that beat the Ravens. That Steelers game was a clusterfuck. We talked about that one earlier, but I mean, what's going to happen? I think the same thing. They'll probably go with someone like Matt Rule. You're probably looking at someone like Urban Meyer, who King of Ohio. He already knows that place. That's his state. Wow, Ohio State. That was where he coached. I think he won a national title there. I think so. The first one ever. The first playoff game. First playoffs. I think he won there. Don't quote me. I'm not gonna look it up. You also have, which a lot. I mean, people are throwing this a lot out there. By the way, I missed this. I'm skipping. Joe Judge, wide receivers coach from the Patriots. So it looks like to be signed on to be the New York Giants head coach. It's not, and it wasn't confirmed, so that's probably why I skipped over. But Joe Judge, I mean, who knows what McDaniel's going to do? Josh McDaniels. Speaking of the Patriots, what about Josh McDaniels? Is anyone going to give him a shot after what he did to the Detroit Lions? I wouldn't. Fuck him. Just ghosted him. 1 year, I think he did 1 year in Denver, the Tim Tebow year, and then yeah, whatever. Giants, blah blah blah, whatever. You also have, I mean, you still have, obviously you have Urban Meyer, like I was saying earlier, but I'm sure they're going to look at Lincoln Riley. A young guy, young gentleman, young guy. A lot of these players are still young, still can relate to a lot of these guys. Joel Klatt has called him one of the best offensive minds you've ever seen in your life. One of the best offensive gurus. What he did at East Carolina, what he did to Oklahoma. I mean, he has 2 back-to-back Heisman #1 picks. I mean, and then Jalen Hurts, what he did this year, a Heisman nominee. So offense is his thing, and that offense needs help in Cleveland. That offense, I mean, he already knows who Baker Mayfield is. Nick Chubb was probably the best offensive player in that game. Nick Chubb and Landry. Baker didn't have a good year. OBJ didn't have a good year. They lost Njoku early. The offensive line needs help. So I bet they go young. I think they go young. I honestly do. I don't want them to go Lincoln Riley for obvious reasons, but they still hurt my heart. And there's a video coming out here soon about that. I'll talk about that later on YouTube. By the way, Sports Plus Life, Instagram, Twitter, MRAKACO, Instagram, Twitter. And just, if you guys have any questions, holler at me in the comment section. If you're watching on YouTube, this will be available on Spotify. Let me double check here. Let me double check, make sure this shit's going to be available. Yeah, it'll be available on Spotify and all that. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Chrome, Podcast, all the podcasts. But one, I think there's going to be a wild card. And if you do go older, I mentioned Bill Belichick earlier. Will he go back to Cleveland? He was at Cleveland before he went to the Patriots, I believe. Will he go back? Is that an option? Is he going to stay? I don't know what's going to happen. Why not? Why not? There's so many offensive tools there for him. And, dude, that'd be crazy. That'd be cool to see. I would love to see Bill Belichick in Cleveland. That'd be really cool to see. I would suck to be the guy. I think so. I think that's gonna happen. Let's put the theories in. Here's what's gonna happen. I brought up Josh McDaniels. The reason why Josh McDaniels probably left Detroit high and dry was because they said, we're gonna be done here in a couple years. I want you to take over this team, which makes sense. He knows the team, knows the organization, he knows everyone there. Why not? The devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. So bring in Josh McDaniels. Bill Belichick leaves, goes to Cleveland. Why not? Watch that shit happen. You guys, I'm gonna put this shit on replay if that shit happens. Bill Belichick to Cleveland. Josh McDaniels stays in New England. Talk about some shit. Talk about shit. It's crazy. I think that'd be pretty cool to see. I think so. But yeah, only time will tell. It's still early, still early offseason. We still have a lot more shit to go before even OTAs start. Spring ball. We still have a lot of shit to happen. We still have the end of the season. We still have a Super Bowl to play. We still have a shitty Pro Bowl to play. So there's still a lot going on, a lot of football going on. I'm gonna keep talking about football. I love football. Because when it's over, it's over. It's just gone. It's gone after February 2nd. There's not going to be any football till till Hard Knocks. When is it? August? And that's what I look forward to, Hard Knocks. What if I heard the Broncos are up in contention. I would love to see that, but it also seems pretty boring too. Drew Lock seems like a character. Who knows? Whatever. But that's a heavy football podcast. Those are my theories as far as coaching goes. I'm good at puzzles. This could be a good puzzle I put together. Tom Brady, where will he go? Where will he go? When I know something, you'll know before me. So tell me. All right, holler at me at Sports Plus Life, Instagram and Twitter, Sports Plus Life. MRAKACO, Instagram and Twitter. It's my personal. Holler at me, get at me. That's it. I don't have enough time for you. I get 2020. I got to get my health right. I got to go work out. Got to do my damn thing. So I appreciate you guys listening in, tuning in, subscribe, and all of that. Subscribe, share, download, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube especially. All right. Love you guys. 2020. Let's stay up. Let's stay happier. Let's stay positive. And let